Welcome everyone to today's webinar on the exciting release of uniFLOW Online 2025.1. It's going to be a very quick walkthrough. So over the next 20, maybe 30 minutes, I will help you explore the new key features to enhance your customers' printing and scanning processes. I alluded to some of the topics I was going to cover with Ivor, and just give you another heads up on that. First, its users now can roam between different uniFLOW Online tenants, making it easier to print in various locations. So I'll expand on that later. For businesses with multiple Microsoft 365 environments, just one tenant now is needed to manage multiple cloud connections. We also have introduced new self-service options for card management and improved capabilities in this particular area. Lastly, the emergency access behavior has been enhanced, providing users with immediate and clear information during critical device situations. So now that I've actually set the stage, let's dive into the first enhancement, the updated uniFLOW SmartClient and its multi-tenant support. So the uniFLOW SmartClient has received many significant upgrades over the last few releases. It has some really great features. I actually covered this in a SmartClient webinar last week, actually. However, in the past, it could only connect to a single tenant, which created challenges for users who needed to access multiple business tenant environments. Now the SmartClient can effortlessly, get my teeth in, switch between different tenants. This feature is especially beneficial for corporate customers with multiple business units, or for those who have acquired other organizations through mergers or maybe acquisitions. Now, in the education sector, this enhancement is particularly relevant for institutes that have various entities such as multiple schools, colleges, and universities. Now, each of these may have their own tenant, and the ability to switch seamlessly allows faculty and staff to access resources without the need of constant reconfiguration by IT. So with SmartClient's new capabilities to support multiple tenant profiles, let's explore how users can easily switch between tenants and manage their printing needs more effectively. So authorized employees, including those who have or are traveling, can enhance their print workflow and overall efficiency by easily switching printing profiles across different tenants. Now, by doing so, they actually empower themselves to do this, and they don't have to have the burden with regards to IT supporting them doing this. Now that we understand how profile switching actually works, let's examine users in terms of the straightforward process for changing their tenant and submitting print jobs. So changing tenants couldn't be any easier. Users simply need to click the switch profile button in the SmartClient. Before printing, they can switch to these profiles to access the environment that corresponds to their current location where they're actually sat. This ensures that they have all the necessary printing settings that can be downloaded from the tenant to their SmartClient. It's really that simple. Now that we understand the process, let's explore how this feature can enhance user experience in the real world. So the IT department will have already set up multiple tenant configurations for authorized users. So when the user clicks on this switch profile button in the SmartClient, they will see a whole list of available tenants that IT have already if you like, configured. They can then select the desired tenant profile and print immediately. So no configuration and nothing, all automated. Another useful feature is that the uniFLOW SmartClient can be set up to prompt users to select a profile at startup, which is a really cool feature, making the process even more convenient for the user. Now also, tenant administrators can now generate reports for foreign uniFLOW smart clients that have connected to their specific tenants. Using the new uniFLOW smart client overview report, what a mouthful, however, great report. These users will be labeled as unknown, so they won't actually have their uniFLOW ID, if you like, shown in this report. But the label denotes that they have come from a different tenant. So let's discuss how this reduction in effort can positively impact the organization. So a big thumbs up for the multi-tenant support, as it reduces the administrative burden on IT teams and allows users to self-manage their profiles when traveling. For instance, a company with multiple locations can empower employees to manage their profiles independently. This, for example, allows a project manager to switch tenants whilst working in different offices, saving time and resources. So let's move on and explore how we have improved managing Microsoft 365 environments. So managing multiple Microsoft 365 environments can be challenging for businesses, especially if they have several environments involving, say, SharePoint, OneDrive for Business, and other similar services following a merger and acquisition, very similar to what I discussed with the multi-tenant support with the SmartClient. Now, previously, only one environment could be connected to a single uniFLOW Online tenant. This meant that users couldn't run potentially two SharePoint environments in parallel. Now, the configuration process always requires an application ID and secret. It's just, if you like, the way of connecting the SharePoint to uniFLOW Online, which can be complicated to set up for some. Now, on top of that, creating scan profiles or updating this application ID and secret often resulted in a flood of emails notifications to the end users. Not very good. However, this limitation has been addressed by enabling a single uniFLOW Online tenant to handle multiple cloud connections much more efficiently. So with this release, a clearer overview of all cloud connections allows multiple SharePoint connections to be added and named. And this way, the end user can easily identify where to connect and send their scan. So with these challenges identified, let's explore the solutions we've implemented to simplify the management of these environments. So to address these challenges, we have introduced several key features, and you can see them on the screen. I'll just touch on them very briefly. So supporting multiple cloud connections, a new table view provides a clear overview of the various Microsoft 365 and other connections, making it much more easier to manage. Now there's a new app, the new M365 multi-tenant app. Simplifies the process of registering external applications, reducing setup time. Now, easy renewal of application ID secret. As we know, we need these two pieces of information to make the connection to uniFLOW Online. These now can be updated without disconnecting the user, which is a great enhancement. This means no identities are lost and users won't have to authorize. I think that is a big thumbs up for that particular enhancement. And the next one, controlled email notifications. Now, by applying access control lists, basically ACLs, during the creation of the scan profiles, notifications are limited to only those affected users, reducing unnecessary emails to everyone. So another big thumbs up in terms of that enhancement. However, for more detailed information on these improvements, please refer to the 2025.1 released information documents, which are available on the partner site in terms of how to configure this efficiently. So with these enhancements, let's see how they can save IT resources and streamline organizational processes. So with the new features, customers with multiple Microsoft 365 instances can now make scanning available to all users through one single online tenant. That is the key here. The Microsoft 365 multi-tenant app significantly improves setup and the application registration, making the process much more efficient. Now, additionally, our updated process for application ID secrets and scan profile management helps prevent email overload, ensuring users receive only the information that they need through using the ACLs. As we continue to enhance user experiences, let's now look at how we've improved the card registration process for users. Now, imagine a university setting where students often need to register their card IDs for printing and scanning services. Now, in the past, these processes often involved potentially long wait times and the reliance on administrative staff, which kind of led to creating frustration for both students and administrators. Now, with our improved card registration system, administrators now have more flexible configuration options for the card registration process. This allows institutions to customize the system to meet their specific needs, allowing users to manage their own card registrations. This self-service capability gets the students to register their cards quickly, reducing the administration burden and basically giving them a nice enhanced overall experience. Let's delve into the new card and PIN management options that further enhance the security and this flexibility for the users. So, as I alluded, we are now offering several important settings to enhance end user self-service card and PIN management. Let's start off with the first one. Users can generate their own card registration codes, which give them more control over this registration process and minimizes IT involvement. Now, once enabled, end users can create this code directly at the actual device. However, this does require the modern UI for this, this option, or within the uniFLOW Online portal via the Identities widget. So two options here, one at the actual device, ensuring that it's a modern UI, or either the uniFLOW Online portal via the Identities widget. Additionally, there is a new option to disallow card registration via PIN for added security. Maybe some environments may have that as maybe a security policy. Administrators can set limits to the number of card identities each user can have, again, ensuring better management and security as well. We also have enhanced the card registration process with a second layer of security. So upon registration, users will receive an email with a confirmation link and a one-time PIN, commonly known as OTP, to confirm their registration. This ensures that, especially for larger organizations, they can verify that cards are being registered to the correct individuals. So a big thumbs up for these enhancements for self-service, card self-service. Fantastic. So lastly, registration, can't forget this one. Lastly, registration for deactivated users is now prevented, again, enhancing overall security. So great job, great feature. Next, let's look at the enhancements made to user interface for the improved experience. So our improvements to the card registration process, as you probably now understand, significantly enhances the usability and self-service for end users. Users will no longer have to wait for the administrative support, allowing them to manage their registrations quickly and efficiently, minimizing that frustration. We have introduced administrative efforts in terms of retaining complete control of the registration process, guaranteeing that security and compliance standards are always upheld. Additionally, we've implemented an extra layer of security to protect the uniFLOW Online environment from those pesky unauthorized users, making the process safer for both the corporate and educational environments. using uniFLOW Online. So as we improve user processes, as you can see, security remains a top priority. So let's explore how we standardize MFA for all uniFLOW Online accounts. This is a very quick one. So from now on, in this particular release, multi-factor authentication, commonly known as MFA, will be standard stroke mandatory for all users with uniFLOW Online accounts to enhance security. And that's pretty much it. Rather than hoping that the user uses MFA, it's now mandatory. Obviously, again, heightening security in the uniFLOW Online environment. So let's take a closer look at the enhancements in our budgeting enhancements. As you all know, schools have the option to implement maybe a pay-for-print model environment, which encourages responsible printing amongst the students. So budgeting in terms has been improved due to the automatic deletion of what we call suspended print jobs when a user logs out or when the device is in an error state. This feature prevents jobs from being released by subsequent users who may have resolved the device issue, adding some paper. So yeah, a really nice feature. Also, the reporting section has a user budgets report for download. Administrators can now have a complete overview of all users and the budgets, which I think is a useful feature that helps these institutions better manage their costs. Very simple, easy improvement for budget enforcement. So let's quickly review the next few slides concerning enhancements made on emergency access, user notification at the device. So if uniFLOW Online experiences an outage, users can still copy and print in emergency mode, so essential tasks can continue. Although complete outages are pretty much rare, slow network connections can cause login or printing delays. With that in mind, it is important to inform users about these issues to manage their expectations. So by knowing about potential delays, users can plan accordingly to reduce this frustration. I know I have experienced it myself. So let's quickly review the improved communication during critical device situations. So previously, delays in job processing resulted in slow error dialogues from uniFLOW SmartClient, which could frustrate the users. Now users receive immediate notifications if their submission is taking longer than expected. This allows them to decide whether or not to keep hanging around and waiting or switch to offline mode for up to 15 minutes if local printing is actually supported. If local printing isn't available, regular emergency dialogues will guide them through the process on what to do next. So let's now look at how we've improved emergency access at the device level, which is really cool. So when a user attempts to log in to the device but encounters delays, they have two options. They can either log in with reduced functionality or wait for the login to actually complete. If login proves impossible after waiting, the system will display a message offering the choice to cancel the login or proceed with reduced functionality. It's important to note that whilst using the emergency mode, certain restrictions will apply. For example, only local jobs can be printed and budgeting features will not, I repeat, will not be active. This improvement ensures that users can still access essential functionality, even during login delays, minimizing disruptions to their workflow. I did say that this was going to be a quick walkthrough. That kind of concludes the 2025.1 release. Let's please explore the features by reviewing the documentation that can be found on the partner site of 2025.1, so that you can utilize the information there and discuss some of these really great benefits with your potential clients or existing ones. So thank you for your attention today, and see you at the next release. Thank you.